Hello, I wanted to do a review today on the Strong Wind Soprano ukulele, the smallest ukuleles that you get. And I have students that have asked, and I finally decided after recommending ukuleles at shops and on the internet, I realized how many of them were getting ukuleles that were not at all ready to play. And so I researched and thought it through. I wanted to get the best looking, the smallest size for beginner students, whether they are children or adults. And just because they're small does not mean that they're any less of an instrument as a concert or a tenor or so on. It's just the style, the smallest size, and which does tend to make them cheaper. So I decided to order some and spend many hours here in the next 2 weeks tuning these instruments over and over and over, because the recommendations that I was making, they were coming back not in tune whatsoever. So far from what the tune needed to be, really not ever being tuned. And I think that it gets very frustrating for new students that have no idea what to do. And maybe they never then pick them back up, or they frustrated, they just don't care to play anymore. So I went ahead and looked, and I decided I liked the look of this Strong Wind. It was one of the cheaper ones that then I will spend some time on and make a little profit on, but be ready to sell, perfectly ready to start playing. Of course, any instrument will come out of tune, and especially these don't have a good case. If I were a person learning to play, I would recommend eventually getting a very nice case. Not to say they won't come out of tune every time you put it away, but it won't be very much if it's in a good, solid case. These don't come in a good, solid case. But I'm going to take about 2 weeks to tighten the strings and tune them to be ready for a student to buy from me and play. So I'm also making a review of the Strong Wind Soprano ukulele. And so I just tuned it. I've tuned it over and over all morning. I wouldn't be surprised that it probably will be out of tune again. So let me see here. Out of tune again. I'm going to put my Snark tuner on here. The top string should be a G. I like a low G. These come in the high G, and since it was such a small soprano ukulele, I decided just to go ahead and leave the high G. But just a tidbit of information, any of my other bigger ukuleles, I love the top string to be a low G. But this will be tuned to a high G. And then a C. E. And an A. So here is what this sounds like now in tune. I think it's going to have a very good sound. It sounds good right now, and after weeks of tuning these over and over, I think they'll be more apt to stay closer to the tune they should be. Most of the time, ukulele players do not use a pick. My students like the picks, so I also use thin picks but here it is without a pick. And if I can get this right, here is a little tune picked out because it sounded so pretty earlier. So, strong wind. I think it's going to be a good one. I will do a review after I tune these up for the next 2 weeks, and I'll put one back up. So I hope that you have good success in finding the right ukulele for you. I love a concert size. This is a soprano. I love a concert and a tenor size myself, but this has a beautiful sound for a smaller soprano. Thank you for watching.